In this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid the top 6 mistakes people make when designing in Canva so that it doesn't hold back your design process and you create slick, professional designs every time. Hi, my name's Miranda, and I teach small businesses, maybe like yourself, how to master simple design skills so that you can create an authentic personal brand with a kick ass visual identity. If you've ever gone into Canva to create a design or to work on a template, and you just find that your designs aren't coming together properly, your finished result looks unprofessional, these are the rookie mistakes I'm going to show you so that you can avoid them going forward. Make sure you stick around to the end because I'm also going to give you a bonus tip on how you can make sure that all your designs are consistent every time you open up Canva to go create one. All right, let's dive into those 6 rookie mistakes that people make when designing in Canva. And the first one is to go ahead and use too many fonts and colors. Seriously, there are a plethora of fonts available in Canva. And I mean, the color combinations you can create are limitless. But if you want your designs to look professional and consistent and make sure that your visual brand is recognizable, you want to keep the use of those to an absolute minimum. When it comes to colors, I recommend that you use between 3 to 4 colors and then use tints and tones or percentages of those colors throughout your designs. And when it comes to font, never use more than 3 types of font on each design. And you want to keep the use of those fonts through all your designs consistent. Simplest way to do that is to put your colors and your fonts into your brand kit and not to deviate from that. Sure, your brand might change with time and you can tweak them and update them as you go along, but you don't want to be going and using every single font and every color imaginable in your design straight away because it's just going to confuse your viewer. The second tip is to avoid putting too much content into your design. I know it's tempting to put as many pictures and copy and information into a design as possible, but if you simplify your design and you take a step back and you think, what is the purpose of this design? Who is going to be looking at it? And what do I want their action to be when they see it? Strip away all the fluff. So when I'm creating a design, whether that's for a brochure or for a social media post, I tend to keep it to one piece of information, one call to action, and 1 or 2 images. So if I was creating a social media post for this particular video, I would make sure that the copy was along the lines of 5 mistakes to miss when you're designing in social media, or 5 mistakes to miss when you're designing in Canva. I would have one image of maybe a mistake and then the right thing to show, not different, like 100 different options. And my call to action would be, follow me or check out my website. I wouldn't have 3 or 4 different options in it. So the less content you put in your designs, the less graphics, the less images, the less fonts and colors, the more precise your design is going to look and the more professional it's going to look. The third rookie mistake you can avoid is not naming your designs correctly. If you just open up a Canva document and you accept the name that it gives you, it's going to say like social media post, Instagram, or whatever, and you keep it like that, your directory is going to be full of random names and you're never going to know how to go back and find a design. So my suggestion is as soon as you open up a design, you go up to the corner and you rename it. If it's going to be a social media post or it's going to be a brochure, put in a date, put in a name, and even a description. And then the most important thing is to put a version number behind it. So if I was creating a thumbnail for, say, this video, I would say YouTube video, rookie mistakes to avoid. I would put the date, and then I would go version 1. So I would create my thumbnail. If I closed the document and I went into Canva later to tweak it, I could make a copy of it and call it version 2. So then if I decided a couple versions further down the line that I actually wanted to go back to version 1, I could. So naming your designs and keeping it consistent makes finding your designs at a later stage and going back to them so much easier. Then another rookie mistake that is really, really easy to do because you can get quite excited when you're creating designs and those creative juices are flowing is to ignore using your brand kits. Now, a brand kit is not there to limit the creative process. It's not there to say, no, you can't use that color or no, you can't use that font. It's there to guide you and to keep your visual brand consistent. So if you forget to use it, or if you go ahead and you haven't even created one, you're setting yourself up for your designs to not only look inconsistent, but you're going to take a lot longer to create your designs because you're going to be thinking, what font should I use on this one? What color should I go there? And 9 times out of 10, you're going to go down some random rabbit hole and create a design that doesn't look on brand. So avoid not using your brand kit. Keep to them as much as you can. And you can have slightly different brand kits if you want to. So if you're a corporation or you're a business that sometimes you're creating funky social media posts, you can create a brand kit for that. And then if you're creating, say, presentations that need to go out to more of a corporate market, you can create a slightly different brand kit for that. And then use them whenever you're creating those respective designs. Another mistake that I see oh so often, and this can make a huge difference to your designs, is to use low quality images. Nothing makes a design look more crap than a bad image, whether it's fuzzy, whether it's got marks all over it, or whether it's just the type of image that doesn't match your brand voice. Try to stick to images that are consistent. You always want them to be good quality, always want them to have the same type of filter or look and feel or effect on them. And you always want to make sure that they match your brand voice. Again, you can put a whole library of images as you find them into your brand kit and use them repeatedly. Keep it consistent. If you're using a filter on your images, make sure you note down what the name of that filter is so that you use it consistently with all your images. But even if you don't use the same filter, always make sure that you use a good quality image. As I said, nothing makes a design look worse than a bad image. And one of the last mistakes you can avoid is to go ahead and use a Canva template as is. You don't ever want to do that. You want to personalize the template to your look and feel. You want to change the font, the colors, the message, and the images to the type of design and message that you're trying to put together. Don't ever take a design from Canva, create all your info or put in your information, and then send it out as is. It's just going to disappear into the noise of everyone else's, and it's not going to look authentic or unique. You want to personalize every template you use so that it looks like yours. Earlier in this video, I said I was going to share an extra bonus tip on how to make sure that your designs are consistent and that you save time when creating them. And this tip relates to the last mistake that I was talking about, and that is to use brand templates. I promise you, you are going to save so much time and energy if when you go into Canva to create something, you have a template there. It's going to have all your fonts and your colors and your logo laid out properly. And you're not going to be scrabbling around trying to find a layout each and every single time. Using your brand templates and saving them into your brand kit is going to knock your design time seriously by half. All my designs, whether I'm creating a presentation or a brochure or a social media post, I have templates and they may be blank. They may just have like a frame in it, Canva's little landmark frame where I need to insert an image that is relevant to that particular design. But the layout is consistent. My colors, my font, everything is on brand and it saves me so much time and effort. So use your brand templates. Now that you know all the rookie mistakes to avoid when sitting down to create a design in Canva, in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly the 5 things I have in place every time I sit down to create a design. And this is before you even open up Canva. These are the important things you need to create designs that are on brand, look professional, and do what you want them to do. So check out the video on screen, and I'll see you there.